Hello and welcome to the Mount Media Show. I'm your host, Doug Johnson, and I hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving and a healthy Thanksgiving if that's possible. Well, on today's show, we're going to have on our special guest, Patrick Iardi, and we'll be talking about our biggest fears as well as an age-old debate in breakfast foods. Then we'll kick it over to the Sports Corner with Mike Lynch and get this week's picks. And we're going to have a different, special segment of the show today where we're going to take a little tour around our production studio. And you'll get to see behind the scenes of how everything works. Stay tuned. All right, now we have our weekly guest on the show, Pat Iardi. Welcome.
How's it going?
You are a member of the golf team
I am.
and also an RA here, and among other things, just a really cool guy. But how was your Thanksgiving?
It was pretty good. Went home for a few days, got some money. I worked for a little bit. How about you?
It was pretty good. I went to my aunt's house in Connecticut and had a big Thanksgiving. I probably gained about 5 or 10 pounds and
For sure.
met a whole bunch of new relatives.
Ask you how your life is going and why you don't have 3 kids by now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same old. But yeah, no, I just I feel like after every Thanksgiving, you have like a new perspective on your family or something like that. Like
Yeah,
maybe
something
you got
always
to know them.
happens.
Yeah, something always happens where you're like, huh, I didn't know that about my cousin or something like that.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But you know, I always enjoyed the holiday season. I feel like some people, when they get into this time of year, they turn into like the Grinch, and then and they're just like, who likes Christmas? Thanksgiving, and there could be reasons for that, but also this is just a season of loving each other, and
Very true.
yeah.
Are you one of those families that the last bite of Thanksgiving means Christmas is here and they're already like Christmas music starts setting up for Christmas? Because I can't stand those people.
It's mixed. It's mixed because there's some people in my family that are like that, and they love Christmas even more than Thanksgiving. But like my mom was one of those people. She doesn't even want to hear Christmas music now. Like it's not December yet. It's not.
Yeah.
So, she likes to take it one holiday at a time. But like, she has a whole bunch of sisters. She's like one of 8. So, one of her older sisters, my aunt, will already start bumping the Christmas music like before Thanksgiving, just because like they're in that mood.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've also been thinking a lot lately about things that aren't so happy, particularly phobias,
Phobias.
because I met somebody who is afraid. Like those little circles.
Yes,
I don't
yes.
even know what that phobia is called, but it's
Trip something.
yeah, and it's when like it grosses you out when you see like little circular objects or something like that, and it just makes you cringe.
Doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I don't have that one, but
Just look at
I
it.
was just just focus.
There's no corners. How can you get hurt? It's round.
It's perfectly symmetrical.
Literally.
But
ASMR dream.
I was wondering, what is a phobia that you have, or if maybe you don't have one or you don't know it, but like what is a fear that you have?
Yellow jackets and wasps can be extinct. Bees, I understand. They do good things for the environment. But yellow jackets, what are they doing?
They're kind of the question mark of the animal kingdom. Kind of like the mosquito.
Mosquito, too. A mosquito is just here for disease, here to annoy you. Like, the mosquito was just put on this earth. It's almost like the mosquito is like that pants that like the zipper's a little broken and like every time you have to like rip it up, or like just that one little thing that's super, super annoying. Don't need to be here. For what?
It almost makes me question, did God create the mosquito? Or was like,
I think like he fell asleep one day and like rolled over the
mosquito
TV remote
slipped in.
and just accidentally clicked a few buttons, because that does not need to be here.
Yeah,
Mosquitoes don't need to be here.
Mosquitoes are gross, but. So have you ever had to come toe to toe with a yellow jacket?
I have. The old place I worked at, I work at a golf course, and where we sit is like underground and it's surrounded by bushes. And they were like, oh, this old 75-year-old guy who's trying to caddy still has 17 Coca-Colas. Let's go play with them. So we're playing poker and dominoes, and they're just all around. So I'm just swatting Yellow Jackets all day.
They love the sugar.
And once in a while, I'll open my hand a little too much. It'll get caught in between. And I've gotten stung on my hand.
You
just
Mr.
swatting
Miyagi'd it.
Yeah.
That's the worst insect to ever catch. Like, you know,
Yeah.
you're a little kid, you're going to get your fireflies and stuff. You're not trying to catch fucking Yellow Jackets.
No, but they deserve it. If I could do
know.
it successfully, it's a good move. But the success rate on that is not high.
That's why one of the greatest inventions to me is those electrified tennis
Yes, the
rackets.
yes.
Yes. You need to, like, those should become just a standard edition, like, almost like healthcare. Like,
Yes.
you just get one of them if you live in an area where there's Yellow Jackets.
But the bad part is, I'm the youngest of 4. We got one of those.
Okay. Oh, so
Yellow Jackets were not the target of that tennis racket.
I see. Yeah. There has to. You know, I've been on the brunt end of that too. I have an older sister. There was no tennis racket involved, but she used to love doing the thing where you hold people down and go like you're gonna spit on them.
Oh,
My
yeah.
God, that was the worst.
Yeah, my brothers used to spit and try to suck it up, and
Yeah.
sometimes it wouldn't work.
Yeah. Sometimes they're not so good. They're not so good at that, and
Yeah.
it ends up landing on your face.
Yes.
Yeah, but I gotta be honest. Like, I would say being afraid of Yellow Jackets is pretty. You know, it's reasonable. If you get stung by one of those, you're gonna be out. You're on the injured list. But you know, I've built up this fear from a young age because I had a bad experience at a birthday party, which I'll get into. But terrible experience. Clowns. I don't like them.
I agree.
My fight or flight kicks in, and it always turns into fight. It's not.
It has to, it
I don't
has
want
to.
to run from a clown. I want to
No,
get
you
my
look- you-
boys and stomp a clown. Like,
Exactly. You look pretty weak if you're running from the clown. You have to fight.
Yeah, you cannot cower to the clown. But I have to say, I built this fear because I don't even think he was a real clown. I think this was some dude's uncle that just came like the real clown. Something else came up. There was a bar mitzvah or something. They paid more.
They got
He
priorities.
cut out on us. A clown showed up to a birthday party I went to. Not even like in full clown face. Like he had a really dark beard, like kind of like the way mine is right now, and he stunk. He stunk. And I swear to you, I saw him in the park years later, just I think living in the park. So like, I wouldn't be surprised if this guy really was like. I don't even know if it was somebody's uncle. I really don't even know who the hell this guy was. I don't think he was a clown, but he came up to me like this, looking down at me like this, and he was like, I can do a giraffe and a heart and a little girl with balloons.
Little girl.
And I was
Okay.
like,
I feel
excuse
like
me.
That's not a bad thing, though. I feel like we need 2 types of clowns: the ones that do it for the passion,
Yes.
and the ones that scare kids.
one-
Because we should not be.
The ones that are out here just trying to survive.
Yes, because kids will get too attached, and it'll become dangerous. Because then there will be that one clown that takes kids, and people will be like, "Why weren't you afraid of clowns the whole time?" So I think it's not a bad thing. It's like it's a little safer for
Yeah.
us to be afraid of clowns.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the Insane Clown Posse?
Yeah.
We should fear them. I mean,
Absolutely.
not like same thing. Not run away from them, but like be like, hey man,
Something's
why
not
are
right
you
here."
35 and just wearing clown face because you want to?
Yeah.
Like,
Seems like they want to be around kids a little too much.
yeah, like this guy. Yeah, I gotta get over it. I may have to go. I may have to start seeing a therapist for clowns. Just
Maybe.
Just like the same thing like with like people who are afraid of circles. Just look at the picture of the clown until you calm down, and
Yeah.
then I'll snap out of it one day. But
Have you seen
the day's
the
not in sight.
the Ronald McDonald the scary picture that was going around like Twitter and everything years and years and years ago? You don't
I
even
may
want to
have.
see it. It's disgusting. People are supposed to love McDonald's, love Ronald McDonald, the Playhouse. It's the best.
The big shoes.
Yes. And then there's one of him just like, probably from Ohio, not to do anything bad to Rice, but he
That's how
is
Ohio be sometimes.
disgusting looking and scary. And
Yeah.
that's why I fear going near clowns.
Even more necessary than in clubs, there needs to be a dress code for clowns.
Yes.
You got to be a snazzy clown. because
Yes.
you're gonna scare the kids.
Yes. At least be sophisticated and fancy about it.
I wouldn't mind looking at a like if your gig was like you're like a British clown, so like
It's a little
maybe
better.
you have a monocle, maybe you
Little
know
top hat.
you go, hey kids, like we're gonna do tea time or something like that. I'd be down for it. I'd give it a once at a time, you know.
I think
Maybe
we try
one
it out.
birthday party, I'd try them out. But you know, it's gonna take time for me to come around to a clown.
Yeah.
Something
They're,
that
they're
has
also like mosquitoes. They don't need to be here.
yeah, same thing with mosquitoes. Like I don't, mosquitoes have even. I'm never coming around to them.
No,
unless
there's no reason.
unless mosquitoes learn to speak English and we sign a peace treaty with the mosquito race.
That's what they should have done. They should have put the COVID vaccine in mosquitoes. Everybody would have gotten it.
Yep.
How do you think everybody got HIV?
Yep.
We all would be fine.
Mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes are the new vaccine send out.
Mosquitoes.
They infect all the
gotta
vaccines
change.
into mosquitoes, and then everybody's safe.
I've actually heard that they're trying to genetically engineer mosquitoes to stop being so mid. Like stop, to stop
Make them a
being
little
the most
more-
mid insect in the world that just delivers disease. I read articles sometimes. I'm a reader.
Oh.
But but I read like a couple of years ago or something. I don't even know if it was true. You never know what you read on the internet.
No.
But scientists have been trying to make mosquitoes not be able to deliver so many disgusting diseases.
Yeah.
Which would be awesome.
And they're making them so they die like before they
yeah.
can reproduce.
Like stop living so long, bro. Like what?
Stop making more of you. We don't need more of
You're
you.
like rabbits.
It's like that one family has that like 17 kids and the parents are really, really weird. We don't need more of you. Stop.
Is that the Duggars? That was on that
Yes.
TLC show. And
Yes.
what do you know?
Jim Bob,
Well, yeah.
Jimmy Bob, and all 25.
You have
of them.
enough kids, one of them ends up being weird and going to jail for doing weird family stuff. But on a lighter note, breakfast.
Breakfast.
There's some staples to most breakfasts, especially if you go to a buffet anywhere. I would say namely it's pancakes and waffles. They're made of the same exact thing. Like it's the
Yes.
same batter, really.
Yeah.
But somehow they come out so differently. And
Yeah,
I,
there's
have
a
to
big
I have
difference.
to ask, what is your preference?
Well, I feel like scientifically there's one answer. If you look at everything that goes into it, and the answer is waffles, because the only thing I'll give pancakes is butter can spread a little easier, just a little bit. But waffles have each little cubby for all the syrup to sit in and not fall off. So you could put all the syrup on the inside and then cut it up and the syrup doesn't get everywhere. And you have the perfect amount of syrup in each bite. You put each hole, fill it with syrup. And Eggos is what puts it out of the park.
Eggos, yeah.
Eggos is top tier
Make it
breakfast
convenient.
food. And you could rip them off, dip them in syrup, top tier. There's nothing like that for pancakes. Eggos tried to make pancakes and it's not the same. Waffles all the way.
Yeah, doesn't IHOP even have waffles?
Yeah.
The
They have to.
International House of Pancakes sells waffles.
Yeah.
So, I
they
mean,
have to,
You already know.
because everybody knows they're better.
They already got, at least, they respect the waffle.
You
But
have to.
If I was to speak on the side of the pancake, just to give them a voice,
Devil's
just
advocate.
to not be the downtrodden part of this conversation, the pancake has some, it's diverse. It's got a lot going for it as far as like being really like a utility. You can change the batter totally. You can make it like a protein pancake or a buckwheat pancake or
True.
something like that. Where if you put it in a waffle iron, it would come out like a fit, like just absolutely uneatable. I would also say because you can put so many toppings in it, sometimes
True.
depending on what it is, like fruit, you gotta put it on top of your waffle instead of in your waffle.
Yes.
Whereas if you're having a
yes.
pancake, you can throw some blueberries, you can throw some bananas, some nuts, even like pecans.
Okay.
You can you can get crazy with it. That's what I'm saying.
You can, that is
put
true.
strawberries in it.
And they do have one thing over waffles is the name. Flapjacks.
Yes.
Come on.
Flat. You can't
Flapjacks
call it
is
a
the
flap
best.
waffle.
No.
Waffle flap.
No, waffle. The only negative to it, it's hard to make a nickname for it. Where
Yeah,
pancakes is easy.
We can try and make a nickname for them right now. I mean, the Waffy Boys,
The Waffy Boys.
the Warm Waffs. But
Soggy
that sounds like a
waffle.
fart. Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot of good ones
Waffles,
that
yeah,
waffles can have.
But that means it's got like a solid identity too. Like if you're like, I want a waffle, like, there's like one image that comes to your mind almost.
That is true.
But if you're like, oh man, I want some flapjacks right now. If you ever go to a diner, they give you pancakes the size of your plate.
Yeah.
Like,
And they give you like 11.
yeah. They're like, do you want a full stack or a half stack? I want like 2 of them. Like, I don't think I'm gonna eat more.
Yeah.
But I just think that no matter where you stand on this, either or is better than a lot of other things you could have for breakfast.
For sure.
Like, if you're having pancakes or waffles, you're having a good breakfast.
Yeah. Anybody who's like, no, dry cereal, the best. No. There's bacon, egg, and cheese. There's waffles and pancakes. There's so many better
much.
options before you go to Special K.
Yeah, Special K is when you're rushing in the morning. Or
Yes.
if you're just, if you don't have anything else.
I agree.
Yeah, who would go first to dry cereal or hot cereal? I mean, like, I eat oatmeal. I don't eat it first above everything else. I don't eat oatmeal because I want to eat it.
No, I've
I eat it
only
because
eaten
I'm-
oatmeal because we're out of milk.
Yeah, or like I'm trying to work out and lose some weight or something. Like,
No, I get the little
I'm on my
dinosaur
oat
eggs of
diet.
sugar that melt. Those ones are so good.
But this was a great talk, Pat. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You know, I hope you can come on soon again. And I'm glad we could figure out what needs to be removed from this world of mosquitoes.
Yes, absolutely.
No one needs them,
Yeah.
especially Mike Lynch, who will be coming to next in our sports corner, giving you this week's picks. Take it away, Mike.
Welcome back to Mikey's Locks. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. I hope you took the Lions plus 10, Giants plus 10, and the Vikings minus 3. I sure did. I sprinked and bink. Christmas is around the corner. So if you want to get your loved ones a gift or someone that you want to as your loved one, like your crush, I got the locks for you so you can make the money so you can buy the gifts. Starting off with college football. It's championship season. We got Michigan money line, Clemson money line, Boise State money line, Georgia money line, Tulane money line. Also, the best bet at 12 o'clock will be the TCU Horned Frogs. Hand me the froggies, upper deck and lick billies. It's always TCU. Max Duggan is a Heisman candidate. I feel like he's better than the Ohio State quarterback. TCU can win the national championship. Lock it in. Georgia, Michigan, overrated. Last week was terrible. The Bucks and the Ravens sold the ultimate goat whale, the parlay. It was horrible. I got the goat whale for week 13 NFL. Patrick Mahomes over 300 passing yards. Christian Kirk over 60 receiving yards. Christian McCaffrey over 4.5 receptions. Saquon Barkley over 70 rushing yards. Terry McLaurin over 60 receiving yards. Joe Burrow over 270 passing yards. Nick Chubb over 90 rushing yards. Jalen Waddle over 5.5 receptions. I'm sorry I couldn't give you guys the goat whale. It did not hit, but we're going to sprink and bink. It's going to hit. This will hit. The goat whale has to hit some point. And if you're ballsy enough, do Deshaun Watson over 230 yards passing. He's coming back from suspension. I get it. You're nervous about it. He will go off against the Texans. Terry McLaurin's been selling the goat whale every week. But the Giants have the weak defense. Stick with Terry McLaurin. He's on my fantasy team. Now, the surgical six. I know I've been cold on the surgical sixes. I'm sorry if you tailed me. I know people have tailed me and lost a lot of money the last 2 weeks. I'm sorry, but this surgical six is hitting. I had a weird dream last night that this surgical six is hitting. It's not a dream, it's reality. First off, we got the Vikings against the Jets. Vikings, money line. It's the Jets. Come on. Justin Jefferson, do your thing. The Browns against the Texans. Browns, money line. Deshaun Watson, do your thing. Nick Chubb, do your thing. Ravens. I'm giving you 1 week pass. You lost to the Jaguars. Please beat the Broncos. Let Russ cook means cereal and hot dogs. That's not cooking. Beat Russell Wilson. Ravens, I know you got this. The Eagles, stop Derrick Henry. Stop Derrick Henry. That's all you got to do. Titans have nobody to throw the ball to. Stop Derrick Henry, please. The Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, you have lost to Joe Burrow the last 2 matchups, including the AFC Championship. Do not sell me. And throw for 300 yards passing. Please throw the ball. I know that Jamar Chase is back, but that's not going to work. Trust me. Jamar Chase needs to get doubled. Tyler Boyd's nothing. T. Higgins is all right. Patrick Mahomes, do not sell. The Surgical Six and the Goat Whale. What's going to tuck me in at night is the Dallas Cowboys. I know. What can go wrong will go wrong, like the Dallas Cowboys. I know. But I'm putting you on the Surgical Six to tuck me in. Dak Prescott, do your thing against the fraud Colts that sold me on Monday. I cannot believe you lost to the Steelers. Matt Ryan, please retire. We'll make the money this week. You can buy your Christmas presents for your loved ones and your crushes. I got you.
Thank you, Mike. You're never afraid to put your money where your mouth is. Now we're going to kick it to our new segment, our production studio, Cribs.
Yo, what's up, CMSV? Welcome to my crib. Come on in. So here is where we do our commercials and we keep our recordings of all of our videos. Very important stuff. If you ever got to it, you'd steal all of our information. Here's our soundboard, where you get to hear all the beautiful noises that come out of my voice and my guests. We got the lighting. This is a very important part of our production because if there's no lighting, you couldn't see us. And this is also the cameras and everything else. This is where we do our caricatures and our lower thirds and everything. We make sure everything looks good. And now we're bringing it into the real, this is where the magic happens. This is my chair. This is where the host sits. Me. I'm the host. These are my ferns. This is my bush. This is all my imagination. Everything that I got at my disposal, I'm using it to the best of my abilities. And everyone else in this club is too. We got a great club going on here. And this is the guest chair. If you're ever a guest, you can sit here, but only if I allow you.
Well, that's going to do it for this week's show. Thank you, Pat, for coming on. It was an honor talking to you. Great guest. And now the whole world knows that I'm afraid of clowns. So that's great. I'm sure I'll be at plenty more clown parties after this. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and I'll see you next week.